On a Friday morning, one of my students sent me this screenshot. YouTube has just approved its monetization, so we get to work. Step 1 done. Step 2 done. AdSense connected. And the whole journey was right there in the screenshot, as you can see it. We celebrated. I told him you have come to the right place. And the next day, by Saturday, YouTube took back the monetization. His exact words to me were, all my efforts since January wasted. My first time in YouTube automation, they chopped my eyes. I hope you know what that means. And I sat with that message for a long time because this young man did everything right. He was not cutting corners. He was not buying views. He built something from January with his own hand and YouTube approved it. Then snatched it back before he made a single penny. And the worst part is, YouTube gave him no real explanation why this happened. So I went digging. I spent time going through every channel that has been demonetized recently. Automation channels, AI channels, gaming channels, animation channels, all of them. And I found a pattern that YouTube will never say out loud. My name is Tiberi, and this video is going to show you exactly what that pattern is before it happens to you. Before I go further, everything I'm about to share is based entirely on my own observation and experience in this space. I have studied the channels, I have seen the patterns, I have lived through it with my students, but none of this is an official statement from YouTube. This is my personal analysis of what I believe is happening. I could be wrong, but what I saw was too consistent to ignore. Here's what makes this whole situation insane. YouTube CEO stood on the stage and told the world that AI is going to empower the next generation of creators, that AI is the future of content creation, that YouTube is embracing it. And at the same time, YouTube has been quietly demonetizing thousands of channels that uses AI. How can both of those things be true simultaneously? That contradiction is exactly where this whole story starts, because the answer tells you everything about what YouTube is actually going behind the scene and where this platform is heading over to in the next 10 years. To understand what is happening, you have to understand who YouTube is actually serving, because it is not just creators. YouTube has 3 groups it has to keep happy at the same time. Number 1 is advertiser, viewers, and we the creator. Now with AI, low effort content is flooding the platform every single day at a scale that was never possible before. And advertisers are not happy about it. They do not want their brand sitting next to a cheap AI generated slop. So they are putting direct pressure on YouTube to clean it up. At the same time, big established creators like MrBeast and co, they are also panicking because AI is getting good enough to clone what they are practically spending a lot of money and effort to create. And they are in YouTube's ear saying, if you do not deal with this, we cannot keep investing in big, expensive content anymore. Which I believe YouTube does not want to lose this quality content creator. So YouTube pressed the red button. They unleashed their own AI to go and clean up the platform. But that decision created a much bigger problem than the ones they were trying to fix. Here is where it gets painful to creators who did nothing wrong. YouTube's AI is not sophisticated enough. I mean, it is not wise enough to tell the difference between original quality content and a cheap clone of that same content. So when AI generated channel flood into a niche and start uploading hundreds of videos a week, YouTube's system gets triggered, and instead of removing just the clone, it will wipe out the entire niche. Original creators, hardworking creators, creators who built their channels over the year, gone overnight because they happen to be in the same category as the AI slop channel. In one of the research I made, I found this popular channel called ZagD Films that do this 3D cartoon animation style for research and education content. They got demonetized. Here is how I found out. One guy showed me his channel that was in that niche and got demonetized. So I decided to dig into this case and see the biggest elephants in that niche. So I realized that ZagD Film is the biggest in that space. So I went and checked his channel analytics. That is why I saw it clearly. His channel has been demonetized. This is the screenshot on the screen. You can see it clearly written on the screen. And when you look at this part too, you will see it written boldly that ads are not active, which means they are not currently advertising on this channel. That is exactly where my instincts clicked and decided that YouTube's AI is not sophisticated enough to tell the difference between original quality content and a cheap clone of the same content, because Zagdi Films has been in existence before the time of AI, and their workflow are not done with any AI tools. He uses Blender to create his cartoon style, which takes a lot of effort and skill to put together. With all of these original content creators being demonetized, then the panic starts. People start going to the news, post on blogs, social media, everywhere. Then YouTube now quietly reinstates a few of these big names just to calm things down. But the same small and mid-sized channels, nobody fight for them. Nobody write articles about them. They just disappear. That is exactly what happened to my students. Now, here is what I figure out after going deep into all of this. YouTube cannot keep rewriting rules every time AI gets better. That would be impossible to enforce and impossible to scale. So they needed one rule that will stand out even when AI gets more advanced, and they wrote it deliberately on their website, calling it inauthentic content, because the real definition is something they will never say publicly. But based on every channel I looked at that got demonetized, the real true definition comes down to two things. Number one, how was it made? How was your content captured? Is it by camera or was it generated? AI visuals, gameplay footage, anything not shot by a real camera falls into the generated bucket. It means if you are not capturing your video from a digital camera or your smartphone camera, it means you are generating it. So we move to number two. Is it fiction or non-fiction? Does it involve real people, real events, real facts, or is it a scripted, made-up story in any form? When you cross those two things, generated and fiction, that is what YouTube is demonetizing. Let me show you how this maps out clearly. Camera plus non-fiction, like vlog content, talking head videos, real world content, they are completely safe because they are shot with your camera, showing your face or real events and real places. Then we have camera plus fiction, scripted skits, YouTube challenges, they are still safe. Generated plus non-fiction, like video essay or video explainers or educational content showing AI visuals, they are still safe for now. I don't know about later, but for now, they are very safe on YouTube. But generated plus fiction, like AI story, Roblox gameplay, 2D animation battles, AI short film, that is the category YouTube is systematically shutting down, one niche at a time. This is not happening all at once. It is happening in waves, like dominoes falling one by one. Wave 1 hits the AI story channel, the ones narrating AI-generated horror story, Reddit story, conspiracy stories, pure generated fictions. YouTube removed this set first because nobody was going to fight for them publicly. Then they now moved to the wave 2 that hits the 2D animation channels. And this is where it got controversial because these were not all AI creators. Some were real animators who had been building for years, but they were in the generated fiction bucket, and the system does not care about the differences or how the videos are being made. Some big names got reinstated after the backlash, then the small ones just vanish and leave YouTube for life. And then the wave 3 hits the Roblox channels, specifically the ones using Roblox as a stage for scripted fictional story. Real gameplay channels were mostly fine. But if your Roblox content was scripted fiction, dressed up as a gameplay, just know that your channel is gone. Wave 4 is coming. And if you are running any kind of generated fiction content right now, AI automation channels included, you need to hear this clearly. YouTube is not done. They are working through this list methodically and they will get to your niche. They will definitely arrive at your niche. Now, I want to speak directly to my people, the automation creators. If you are doing YouTube automation, the faceless channels builder, the AI content creators, listen up, because this affects you more than anyone else. If your channel is camera free and your content is scripted, you are sitting in the most vulnerable position on this platform right now. That does not mean your channel is dead, but it means you cannot afford to be passive about this. The creators who are going to survive this are the ones who understand the rules and build around it. Generated plus fiction is still safe. That means faceless educational content, video explainers, commentary on real life events, documentary style videos. These formats still work and YouTube is not coming for them as they remain authentic content. The ones who are going to get wiped out are the ones that are still pumping out AI generated story and fictional narratives. thinking the algorithm has not noticed them yet. And the hard truth is, if my students can get approved for monetization and lose it within 24 hours, then YouTube system is now moving faster than most creators can react to. So what do you actually do with all of this? Firstly, audit your channel today. Go through your last 20 videos and ask yourself, honestly, is this generated? Is this fiction? If the answer to both is yes, you are at risk right now. If you are in a generated fiction niche, start planning your pivots immediately. I mean, start planning to change it immediately, not next month, right now, before YouTube force you to do it. And thirdly, move toward generated non-fiction educational content, real-world commentary, tutorial style video, explainer based on real facts and real events. This is where the opportunity is right now, and most creators have not understand this yet. And we move to the fourth one, which is, if you are building a new channel, build it camera first from day one. Even a simple talking head setup puts you in the safest possible position on this platform going forward. And fifth, do not celebrate a monetization approval until you have made your first payment, because as my students learned, YouTube can give and take back faster than you can even process what happened. I'm not sharing this to scare you. I'm sharing this because my student situation hurts me so bad. Watching someone work hard, earn their monetization, celebrate with their community, and then have it snatched away before they even made a single penny. That is not something I want to see happen to anyone else in this space. YouTube is changing. The rules are shifting, and most creators are going to find out too late. But you just found out right now, which means you still have time to adapt. If you want my help building a YouTube automation channel that is built to survive everything I just described, the link to work with me is in my description. I work with creators directly, and we build this right way from the ground up. I'm Tiberi, and people call me Tiberi AI. If this helped you, smash the thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with one creator who needs to hear this. I will see you in the next one. Let's grow together.